Alright, we've got a new body style F-150, somewhere around the 2014 era. We do have a 5-liter Coyote in here. What we ended up having was a crank no start on this particular one. This here is a pretty common issue on the Fords. Not a big deal. There, I think, is a technical service bulletin update from Ford. Hopefully that comes through and you can actually see that that leg, which is the load side of the fuse, so we have power on this side coming through and then supply power to the fuel pump. Now, I've fixed a lot of these over the years, and that fuse is right there. Now, as melted as that fuse was, this terminal is melted as well, and in my opinion, and I think what the service bulletin says, is basically there's not enough surface area to carry the load, and this one's I think about 80,000 miles, to carry the load for the fuel pump. So over time you will get a crank no start, and the difference between a crank no start and a no crank literally is that whine or repetitive cranking noise that the engine makes and doesn't start. A no crank is basically you hit the key and nothing happens. So this one will go and turn over, but not supply any voltage to the fuel pump. Now, what I did here is this is a hot leg right here off of that feeds the supply voltage, and then there's a control side in a relay or a fuel pump module that actually turns on and off the fuel pump. So this is a very good repair. We've put an eyelet here, all heat shrink. And then inside here, we open this box up, and I didn't film any of that because it's kind of a pain to film it. But long story short, this allows us to put a large 20 amp fuse, and that is a good quality bus fuse. That's not a fuse from, some discount, store from God knows where those fuses came from. And then good copper windings. You can see where it's kind of heat shrink, and the glue or adhesive in there has swollen and made a good seal, and it's also that way underneath the fuse box. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. This would be on your later model Ford F-Series that has the fuse box under the hood kind of right in here. Really the rest of it has worked out really well for Ford, but this particular one was one of those items that they didn't flush out in the kind of research and development side of it. So this is a good repair and long lasting repair as well. So that tucks in there, the box closes, everything's kind of in good shape. You can see factory Ford wires, that's how they ran it as well. So hopefully this helps kind of explain something and maybe shed some light on the subject for somebody out there with an F-150.